Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today you find me out on another walk. We're over in an area called Chilgrove and being treated to some fantastic autumnal colours in West Sussex. It's very chilly today and we're parked the car down in that direction near Yew Tree Cottage. Couldn't see any yew trees at the cottage, but got yew trees here and some more down in the area, so may have been given that name from a previous cottage there, I don't know, but yeah, that's where I parked the car. And what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go and have a look for another plane crash, and this one is up on the South Downs, not too far away from the last two that we've filmed, but this one differs because this one is of a German plane, German World War II bomber. So let's get going in this direction. I'm hoping to see some other things like tumuli in the area, so we'll have a look for that on our way. So just a little weather report for today. It's 6 degrees and it's supposed to be dry today, so and we've got some solid ground at last. So always nice to walk up on the chalk, because you tend to find that the chalk it's much easier to walk on. It drains the water well, but you can still get very muddy, and I often get caught out on my videos. So don't know what the weather is like near you, and or your autumns as well, but this one just seems to be a very drawn out autumn. And just speaking from experience, often the trees will get a snap of cold and they'll drop their leaves very quickly, but this year we've been treated to hundreds of shades of tree leaves, starting off at the greens and turning into the yellows and eventually into the browns. As you can see, this is part of the Westdean estate. Wow. Scared the living out of me. I could hear myself being stalked by something, but I didn't know whether it's a deer or what it was. But yeah. So where the areas of the Westdean estate are, it's private, so we're not going to be able to go onto those bits. And not been to this area before, so I believe there are some tumuli in this area. Wow, is that not a random sty there? Funny things you find when you're going out doing these walks, because yeah, real random sty. Climb up on there. I couldn't tell you where this footpath goes. So let's just head up this way, and I'll catch up with you a bit later. So it's a lovely tree-lined walk up here, and incredibly peaceful, other than somebody doing some chainsawing in the distance there. Some beautiful oak trees by the side of this path, and we've just got all of these styes I keep coming across. Now I believe somewhere in one of these fields there is a tumuli. Whether any of it will be left, I don't know. I mean, it's got a handheld there. Well, it's indicating you should be able to climb up on it. Oh, and another sty down there. So I don't know whether these are just where the farmers installed them, just to gain access to his fields without having to put a gate in the way. So yeah, beautiful views across the Sussex countryside today. Just goes to show you how cold it is up here today. We've still got frost on the ground here, and even more in the shade there. So although the temperature is 6 degrees, it's a bit colder in the shade. So this field opens us up into what I was kind of expecting to see. Some of these bumps and lumps, possibly caused by fallen trees. Wow. Don't think the camera's going to pick it up there, but absolutely massive. I think that's a red tail kite. Wow. Look at the fantastic colours. I'm going to try and zoom in. Look at that. Wow. It is amazing. Proper aerial display being put on by him. Amazing views looking back across Sussex in the distance there. We can see the Trundle just north of Chichester. This amazing old barn here. Definitely wasn't expecting to come across that this far out. Yeah, it just feels like a very ancient landscape out here in this section. It's probably going to get lost as we enter the woods. It does look like the barn's still being used. We've got padlocks on there and shutters, and even though the roof doesn't look in great order, it's got some parking down there, so possibly shooting, I don't know. Here we've got what I would imagine used to be an old chalk pit. Got lots of flints about, so it's quite common to see these big cutouts in the landscape from chalk and flint mining. So right here we've got the remains of an old building, and I believe this is part of a old settlement that used to be here called Monkton. Looks like people have been through here. There is a path. What is actually left of this settlement, I don't know. Properly exploring here. So it looks like some kind of wall. It could be the village wall. I don't think there's much you can see in here. Obviously been abandoned for a long time. Massive pile of rubble. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much to see. Obviously been long abandoned. A bit more of it there, so I think we might actually be inside a dwelling of some description. So got a wall there and a wall there, so yeah, what's left of it. So yeah, here's a sign denoting that we are in the area of the village of Monkton. It says that we are here. Cannot see any of this. It says it's the remains of a deserted medieval settlement. By 1608 the settlement had reduced to the size of a single house with barns. Yeah. The pond was restored and some clearance undertaken in 1984. Okay. Absolutely spectacular oak tree. very, very old, that. Sort of limbs all resting on the ground, and again, fantastic views of the Trundle looking east. So we've just come from this direction here, just crossing the South Downs Way, and I believe the crash site is in this direction. So this memorial was erected by his family. So the story behind this crash site is that it was of a Junkers Ju-88A1 specifically bomber, and this happened at the start of the Battle of Britain, and this bomber was on its way to bomb the airport of Farnborough, which is being used obviously to bomb the Germans. So they were basically trying to take out the runway so our planes couldn't get up in the air, and this poor soul was shot down by a Hurricane, and the Hurricane was piloted by, I think it's Lieutenant Flight Officer Mayer, spelled M-A-Y-E-R, and he also got shot down as well. Landed in the English Channel and managed to survive this, but not so much luck for this young man. He was 25 years old, if I remember rightly from reading it online, and this is the memorial to him. Obviously it can be accessed, but he would have crashed somewhere in these woods. Won't be able to see it today, but it's lovely to see that this is still being loved to this day. All these poppies hung up, and although there's some very old ones there, these ones look like they've been quite newly placed. Just get a little zoom in there. Hope you've enjoyed this short video. It's been wonderful to get out in the Sussex countryside. If you could like and subscribe the video, it will help me to make more videos just like this.